All right, all right, all right, all right. Happy Saturday and welcome to another episode of The Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. It is so good to see you guys this morning on a beautiful Saturday morning, might I add. It is so good. Come on in. Newcomers, returners, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for your support. First and foremost, give an honor to God who is the head of my life. Second thing, thank you guys for all the support worldwide. Like anything that I do, I always set goals. And one of my goals was to make sure that I'm reaching an audience in different parts of the country. And that has been taking place. I thank God for that. I thank you all for your support. I have locked down 25 countries, and I couldn't be more ecstatic and proud of myself. The third thing I want to tell you guys and share with you all is because I locked down these countries, that also means I had another goal of been able to lock in listeners across all platforms. That has been happening as well. And I have over 1,600 listeners. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. However, first and foremost, just letting you guys know today is day 19 of the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. This show will be in effect for the next 11 days, okay? These days are going by so fast. This month is going by so fast. But I thank you guys because it is Saturday, the day before Easter. And I am just really, really happy. Easter was a little late this year, but I'm grateful. I'm mad. I'm at. So, y'all, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right on in to our mental check in. So, our mental check in is rated on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst day of our life and 10 being the best day of our life. Can I be below a 1 or above a 10? Absolutely, because nobody is able to tell you how you feel when it comes down to your feelings at the start of your morning. So, you guys, with that being said, today I'm feeling like an 8. I'm feeling very productive after everything, that I do have planned for today. I feel as though I'm definitely going to make it happen. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling driven. And with all of that being said, thankful. As I look back and think about the breakfast show with Marisha LaShay, there's more that I want to do, besides the breakfast show with Marisha LaShay. There's more content that I want to get out, collaborating in things for kids. Because again, when I thought about this show, I didn't think about the kids or my students because at that time I was teaching, but I needed something to be able to give me an outlet. And I thank my dad for being my soundboard because this show, when I thought about a podcast, I thought about it being something that was going to take place every day. But this does not happen every day. This only happened in a month that had 30 days, such as April, June, September, and November, which I'll be celebrating my big 5 years in just a few months. So I'm definitely ecstatic. But I say all of that to say, whatever that you decide to do, make sure that you're doing it for you. Make sure that you're going to enjoy what you are doing. And with that being said, that's what I'm doing. So, y'all, I want to go ahead for all of my friends that have tuned in on different platforms. Please be sure to drop how you feeling today. How you doing? How you doing? Rated on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being the worst day of your life, 10 being the best day. Go ahead and drop them numbers, y'all. All right, y'all. I want to go ahead and move into the question of the day. The question for today is, what is a school? What is a school? Let's talk about it. A school is a place where people, usually children or teens, go to learn. It's a structured environment where trained educators, which are teachers, help students gain knowledge and develop skills in subject areas such as reading, writing, math, science, history, art, and more, because there's a variety of other classes that you will see like in high school, and whatnot. Schools can be public, private, charter, homeschool, online/virtual. And I want to go back. When we talk about public, we talk about free and government funded. Private, it is tuition based, sometimes religious or independent. Interesting. Charter, publicly funded but independently ran. Okay, homeschools, education led by parents or tutors at home. All right, online slash virtual, education through digital platforms. Okay, just to break that down for those friends who like, what do you mean by this? So, a brief history about schools. During the ancient time, Egypt, Greece, China, India had early forms of schooling, often for elite or religious training. In ancient Greece, philosophers such as Plato and Aristotle shaped educational ideas. All right. China's Confucian schools emphasized respect, moral development, and government service. By the Middle Ages, which was between 500 and 1500 CE, education was mostly religious, led by monks and priests and monasteries. Only boys were typically educated, often learning Latin and religious texts. Now, when we talk about the Renaissance to Enlightenment, that's between 1400 and the 1700s, a rise in secular education and literacy. The invention of printing press made books more available. Schools started to be organized by age and subject. Now we're moving towards and in the direction of the 1800s, which was the rise of public education. Education became a legal right in many parts of Europe and the US. All right. Public school systems developed to teach all children basic literacy and numeracy. Now, when we get to the 1900s to now, universal education became standard in most countries. Schools integrated arts, sciences, physical education, and special education. Technology transformed classroom, which are computers, smart boards, online learning. And COVID-19 pushed a major shift to online and hybrid schooling models. Over 1.5 billion students are enrolled in schools worldwide, from pre-K all the way up to college. Second stat, the average student to teacher ratio globally is 23 students to one teacher, but it varies by region. Third thing, let's talk about the literacy rate amongst a youth that are between the ages of 15 and 24. Now that is over 91% globally. Four, the United States has over 130,000 K through 12 schools, including public, charter, and private. All right. Over 70% of schools worldwide now use digital learning tools daily. Over more than 90% of children worldwide attend primary school, but only 60% of them continue to secondary education in developing countries. Seven, in many countries, over 75% teachers are women, especially in elementary schools. Eight, the average student in the US carries a 15 to 20-pound backpack and spends about 6.5 to 7 hours a day in school. Nine, e-learning is a $400 plus billion industry and growing fast due to the demand for flexible learning. 10, one in five students globally report experiencing bullying, highlighting the need for better school climates and mental health resources. Wow. You never know what a person is going through, is what I always tell my kids at school. The outlook for school, the challenges, teacher shortages and burnout, inequality in school funding and access to technology. These are some of the challenges. Mental health concerns and adopting artificial intelligence and automation in education. Now, what we could do when we talk about this next category is trends and opportunities, growth in online and hybrid learning, more emphasis on career readiness, STEM, and digital skills. Schools focusing more on mental wellness, social emotional learning, and diversity. Artificial intelligence powered tools like personalized tutoring or grading becoming standard, and lifelong learning. Schools and colleges are not just made for kids anymore. So overall, you guys, we know that the educational system has changed, but a school is still a place where kids can be developed, whether it's academically, whether it's professionally, with being able to identify what their talents are, and self advocacy. Okay. Those are the three things that I believe that school can do for our kids. Plus, I know, but not all kids require the same thing, but they still have access to it, especially at their school. So, y'all, I thought that this was very interesting because how they're talking about artificial intelligence. Some students don't even know what that is. Some students never seen it before. And I'm like, man, they missing out. How can you give so much with everything that they have going on and what they're actually doing? So, you guys, I hope that you guys learned something, learned about the different types of schools, learned about, what the challenges may be as we continue to keep going through each school year and, being able to advocate for your child and your child being able to advocate for him or herself. So, that's definitely important. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace.